the Trevor Jackson podcast.
I want to, take my time with this conversation because this is interesting. I'm a person who has been creating hip hop since 2003, and I have a multitude of albums myself. I prioritize lyricism and being able to convey a message from an experience that I had. So if I had a street experience, I want to be able to convey the message from the street. If I had a experience on a vacation, I want to be able to convey the message from that vacation on the beat. If I had a fun experience at a club or at doing something with a family member or, taking a trip or on a flight, I want to be able to convey that message. If I learned something, I want to be able to convey that message through raps. So I was listening to a podcast, Sway's Universe. I think it's Shade 45, a radio show, really not a podcast. I call everything podcast now, though. But Will.I.Am was on the podcast. And Will.I.Am, he spoke about JayZ and Black Thought. And I'm looking forward to something from Black Thought also because it has been announced that on Nas' album, we're going to get a song from Nas, Kendrick Lamar, and Black Thought. Those are three of some of the top lyricists and message conveyors ever to rap. But Will.I.Am, from the Black Eyed Peas, he was on Sway's Universe and he had this to say, and it's super viral.
Black Thought is like, damn, that nigga's the
facts.
He's the dopest.
Say it.
Say it. That dude's the dopest to ever like. And Black Thought is a trillion times better than JayZ.
Okay, why you say that? A trillion?
Trillion.
Okay. What's your logic behind that?
In my mind's eye, there's a battle that's going to happen, or it already happened in my mind. And seeing Black Thought, what he's capable of, just off the top. And yeah, Jay's off the top is dope too. And Jay's dope. Don't get me wrong.
No.
But Jay's already said everything that he's just regurgitating everything he's already said, including other rappers.
Mm-hmm.
When everything that Black Thought comes up with is like, wait, I never heard that one. Wow, you split that word up like that? Damn, and that's just my that's just me. Yeah. Now, there's a lot of people that be like, what the fuck you know about hip-hop, Will.I.Am? I don't give a fuck what you think. I just know what I think and what I in my head, Black Thought, because we like top 5 MCs. It's always Biggie, Tupac, Nas, Jay. I'm like, KRS, Rakim, Big Daddy Kane, KRS, Nas, Black Thought.
That's a nice
top
five. Yeah, that's a nice five. That's a nice top 5.
And yes, JayZ's awesome. I'm not taking away from his brilliance. I just don't think he's better than Black Thought.
And that's your mind's eye. Yeah. That's fair enough.
And I'd like to see a battle. I like to see them niggas battle. And if they don't want to battle in person, someone is going to get an AI simulator that takes all their body of work and all their concerts and flows, and you'll see exactly who's doper.
Let me tell you something, Will.I.Am. They're not going to battle in person, and the culture shouldn't value a AI battle. Like, it should hold some weight because AI created a simulation of them battling. I don't like what Timberland is doing with artificial intelligence. It's artificial, it's not real. Like, we need to quit validating artificial intelligence to try to get some money from it or try to view it as if somebody is better than the other person. One thing I want to acknowledge on this before I get into my talking points is that, if we want to evolve our people in totality, going back to the top of the podcast when I played that clip from Joey Badass and on $1 Million Worth of Game talking about it's enough space for all of us. competing and comparing is getting lame, man. You know, I don't want to compete with you. I want to see you win. Some things I might have to kick your ass in or whatever though, but I'm not going to do it maliciously and feel like I'm just a better person or individual than you. But competing and comparing is lame. I don't like the comparisons of JayZ and Nas. They two different people. I don't like this comparison of JayZ and Black Thought because to me, I gotta, view another person as lower than another person when I don't want to do that. I don't like comparing LeBron James and Michael Jordan. I just don't like it. Michael Jordan played in a different era. He played a different position. He was a different style of a player, than LeBron James. It's just different. Why we always comparing as black people, we always comparing each other. I don't hear white people comparing. I don't hear other ethnicities comparing their goats or their greats. We got to stop that. That's just my opinion, competing and comparing. But he said, what he said though, it's some people that's watching my podcast that may not even know who Black Thought is. I'm in the South and not trying to minimize people in the South that they don't know they hip hop, but Black Thought is a rapper from the Roots. I don't know too many people that's bumping the Roots down here. Not too many people. I know a few. I know people that's hip hop historians and that love hip hop that know who Black Thought is, but a trillion times better than JayZ is blasphemous. It's blasphemous, Will.I.Am. And you are a platinum Grammy Award winning great artist, but I really wasn't a fan of that shit you was creating, but it's just that's blasphemous to say that he's a trillion times better than him. And then another thing that was blasphemous, even though you try to give him credit, towards the end say that I'm not trying to knock JayZ because he's nice too, though. And in our reality, Black Thought being better than JayZ is your personal preference. It's your personal preference. But where the disrespect came in that I know as an artist, I would have took this as disrespect, and I don't know how JayZ takes it, but regurgitating raps, JayZ ain't that type of guy. When you look at the song he did with Nas on DJ Khaled album, that was some of the best raps ever. When you look at that long verse that he did on another DJ Khaled album, and it was just him by himself, that was some of the best raps ever. And he was talking about investing and finances and speaking to black people about what could be done to be financially stable. The 444 album, it was a totally different JayZ. The album of Jay Electronica, I felt like it was Jay Electronica times JayZ because JayZ on every song. I felt as if, JayZ is trying to pivot and go a different direction with his bars. And they was great. It may not be what you gravitate to though, but saying that he is just regurgitating things that already has been said was disrespectful. Now let me talk about Black Thought for a minute. I have no problem with Will.I.Am saying that Black Thought is the greatest rapper of all times because Black Thought is a phenomenal artist. The Roots is a phenomenal group. His solo contributions has been fire. Those freestyles that I've heard him on that came off the top of the dome is some of the best freestyles of all time. He's a hell of an artist, and I have no problem, and I'm not going to disrespect Black Thought or nobody that say that Black Thought is the greatest ever, though. But the disrespect goes towards Will.I.Am for saying that JayZ regurgitates his raps and regurgitates other things that people said. And he's regurgitating things that has already been said. When I listen to him use Biggie's bars and use other individuals' bars, that is, to me, I do that. A whole bunch of artists do that. Drake does that. And people say that Drake is one of the top. I feel like when JayZ do it, that is, showing appreciation for his brother, keeping his name alive. Because him and Big was friends. I don't look at it as just regurgitating bars. It's implementing the bars to keep the song, at a certain level. And I just don't view it as biting and stealing and swagger jacking. That's just my opinion, even though a lot of people do view it as that, though. And if y'all do, salute to y'all, though. But saying that he regurgitate bars and that Black Thought is a trillion times better, that's disrespectful.
The Trevor Jackson Podcast.